Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be a TBR bookshelf tour and a tour of my TBR cart. Basically, I do this video every single year. I think I've done it for the past 3 or 4 years, where at the beginning of a new year, usually in February, I show you guys what I have on my to be read bookshelf. And I pretty much just go through each shelf and I show you guys what I have. I am planning to eventually do an updated bookshelf tour of all of the other books that you see in my videos, but this is obviously so much easier to film. It's just one little shelf. And I will also be doing a quick tour of my TBR cart. I did have to move it out of the way so that I could film right in front of the shelf. But I will show you guys the whole setup and what it looks like. These are all of my unread books. I have 119 unread books on this shelf, and then I have 35 unread books on my TBR cart, and if you add that together, I have 154 unread books. I know it's a lot. I don't really want to go into it because it just stresses me out. But these are just all the books that I've been collecting over the years that I haven't gotten to yet. Some of them are new, some of them you've probably seen before on this shelf because I haven't read them yet. But I just think this video is fun. I like bookshelf tours, and I think it is even more interesting to see the books that people own that they haven't read yet. This bookshelf is from IKEA. It's the Billy bookshelf. It's not the full size one, but it's the smaller one. And my TBR cart that you will see later is gray, and it is from Michaels. I will link last year's TBR bookshelf tour if you are curious to see what books have still stayed on this shelf. And I know somebody's gonna ask this, but no, they are not organized in any specific way. They're just put on here the way that they fit and the way that I like. There's no specific order. The ones that hang off the shelves are usually the ones that are newer, and I do have all of my mass market paperbacks like at the bottom, but other than that, they are not organized in any specific way. I'm just going to show you each shelf because I do have 150 books here. I'm not going to pull them out one by one. I'll just show you guys each shelf and just name the book and stuff. So I guess that is it for this intro. Let's get on to the tour. So this is what my bookshelf looks like and my TBR cart. I love how they fit there. I just feel like they work perfectly together, and I do really love how the shelf looks like it's just overflowing, which I don't like, but I do think it looks pretty organized and clean. So this is the first top shelf, and I'm sorry if I'm shaking. I can't use my tripod for this because it's so high. So I'm just holding this with my hands. First 3 books that I have are part of the Stalking Jack the Ripper series. So I have Hunting Prince Dracula, Escaping from Houdini, and Capturing the Devil. And they are by Carrie Maniscalco. So behind those 3 books that I had in front, I now have the entire shelf. So we have If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio, Meet Cute, which is a anthology. We have One Small Thing by Aaron Watt, Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi, yes. Then we have Ash by Layla Stone and Jasmine Eve. Up top we have Pride, Prejudice, and Other Flavors by Sonali Dev. Ruthless by Lexi Blake, The Thing About Love by Julie James, Hardwired by Meredith Wild, Sweet Thing by Renee Carlino, All I Ask by Corinne Michaels, I Surrender by Monica James, Fallen Academy by Layla Stone, Trusting You and Other Lies by Nicole Williams, Off the Ice by Julie Cross, The Boy Next Door by, I want to say it's Katie Van Ark, but I could be wrong. I don't really want to grab it out of the pile, so I'm sorry about that. And then we have Special Topics in Calamity Physics by Marsha Pessel. Now onto shelf number 2. So in front I have Well Played by Jen DeLuca, Crazy Stupid Bromance by Alyssa K. Adams, You Had Me at Ola by Alexis Daria, Tools of Engagement by Tessa Bailey, and The Roommate by Rosie Dannon. And behind all of that, I have everything else. So I have Hardline and Hard Pressed by Meredith Wild, The Complication by Suzanne Young, Abandoned by Meg Cabot, If There's No Tomorrow by Jennifer L. Armentrout, Summer of Supernovas by Darcy Woods, The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw, Warcross by Marie Lu, and then we have Hold Me Like a Breath by Tiffany Schmidt, Rage and Ruin by Jennifer L. Armentrout, War Storm by Victoria Aveyard, and The Girl with a Clock for a Heart by Peter Swanson. Now onto the third shelf. So the first three books I have are Artful Lies by Jodi Ellen Malpez, Blood and Honey by Shelby Mahurin, and Crush by Tracy Wolff. And behind all of that, I have The Bourbon Kings by J.R. Ward, Geekerella by Ashley Poston, Everything Beautiful Is Not Ruined by Danielle Young Ullman, Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare, Regretting You by Colleen Hoover, The Bookish Life of Nina Hill by Ali Waxman, An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson, 99 Days, and How to Love and Top 10 by Katie Cotugno, Call Down the Hawk by Maggie Stiefvater, Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Shannon McGuire, One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus, Alex Approximately by Jen Bennett, The Smell of Other People's Houses by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock, and Forbidden by Kimberly Griffiths Little. Now onto the fourth shelf. I have The Blind Kiss and The Last Post by Renee Carlino, My Unscripted Life by Lauren Morrill, Unwind by Neil Schusterman, Zodiac by Romina Russell, The Dark Days Club by Allison Goodman, Shade Me by Jennifer Brown, How to Disappear by Anne Stampler, Letters to the Lost by Bridget Kimmerer, Inland by Kat Rosenfield, Fireworks by Katie Cotugno, Guilt by Catherine Longshore, My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell, Things You Save in a Fire by Catherine Center, The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary, and As She Fades by Abby Glines. Now onto the fifth shelf, I have All the Ugly and Wonderful Things by Bryn Greenwood, Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, A Little Life by Hanya Yanagishihara, The Kind Worth Killing by Peter Swanson, New Orleans Rush by Kelly Sinskind, Without Merit by Colleen Hoover, Save the Date by Morgan Matson, The Reckoning of Noah Shaw by Michelle Hodkin, Vengeful by V.E. Schwab, Starry Eyes by Jen Bennett, Places No One Knows by Brenna Jovanoff, and Undead Girl Gang by Lily Anderson. Alright, here is the sixth and final shelf. I'm at a very different angle, so it's hard to show everything, but this is the fullest shelf that I have. I have 3 stacks of mass market paperbacks, so it is very full, and I will try my best to show all of them. So in front we have What a Difference a Duke Makes by Lenora Bell, The Chosen by J.R. Ward, Burn for Me by Ilona Andrews, Slave to Sensation by Nalini Singh, A Quick Bite by Lindsay Sands, Dreams of a Dark Warrior by Kresley Cole, Lothair by Kresley Cole, The Darkest Pleasure by Gina Showalter, and The Highwayman by Kerrigan Brine, I think. So behind that first stack of mass market paperbacks, I have all of these hardbacks. So I have the Black Lotus series by E.K. Blair. This was a Mystic book box exclusive edition. I have A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kimmerer, Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson, The Light We Lost by Jill Santopolo, How to Walk Away by Catherine Center, and then this front stack I have Lord of Scoundrels by Loretta Chase, The Duke's Stolen Bride by Sophie Jordan, In Bed with a Highlander by Maya Banks. Then I have 3 Lisa Kleypas books, Devil's Daughter, Hello Stranger, and Cold Hearted Rake. The Rogue of Fifth Avenue by Joanna Shoup, The Wedding Date Disaster by Avery Flynn, A Lady in Disguise by Lindsay Sands, and The Duke Buys a Bride by Sophie Jordan. And then behind that pile I just showed you guys, I have still some more mass market paperbacks, so let's go through them. I have Too Beautiful to Break by Tessa Bailey, The Rogue King by Abigail Owen, Disorderly Conduct by Tessa Bailey, Chasing Lady Amelia by Maya Rodale. I have 2 Sarah McLean books, Wicked and the Wallflower, Brazen and the Beast, A Match Made in Bed by Kathleen Maxwell, Tempt Me at Twilight by Lisa Kleypas, His Scandalous Kiss by Sophie Barnes, and then I have Nothing But Trouble and The Trouble with Christmas, both by Amy Andrews. That is it for my entire bookshelf. Now onto my TBR cart. So this is what my TBR cart looks like. Oh, some books have fallen down there, but this is what it looks like. The reason why I have some stacked like that is just because I don't have enough books to fully have like a full shelf. I don't know, sometimes I feel like my paperbacks sometimes can get bent, so I like to lay them down if I don't have enough space for them. So let's just start out with the first, I guess, shelf, or the first stack. You can see a lot of fingerprints. I am so sorry, that's so weird. But at this corner I have The Scoundrel's Honor by Christy Cladwell, Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert, Follow Me Darkly by Helen Hart, The Marriage Game by Sarah Desai, Savaged by Mia Sheridan, Run Away With Me by Mila Gray, Today, Tonight, Tomorrow by Rachel Lynn Solomon, The Lost City by Amanda Hocking, More Than Maybe by Erin Hahn, A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout, The Player Next Door by K.A. Tucker, The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa, and The Brightest Night by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I changed up the angle so that you could see this a little bit better, but this is the second shelf now. So we have Rebel by Marie Lu, Fame, Fate, and the First Kiss by Casey West, Only a Breath Apart by Katie McGarry, Normal People by Sally Rooney, Say You Still Love Me by K.A. Tucker, Come Back to Me by Mila Gray, and then I have Twilight in French, and then we have Next Year in Havana by Chanel Clayton, Ruined by Amy Tintera, A Sweet Mess by J.C. Lee, and The X-Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon. Then we are on to the third and final shelf, so I have How to Fail at Flirting by Denise Williams, Kiss My Cupcake by Helena Hunting, and Stay With Me by Mila Gray. And underneath those, I have Bitter Heat by Mia Knight, Instant Karma by Marissa Meyer, and then I have Broken Monsters by Lauren Bukes. And then on the side here, I have Sweet Lucidity by E.K. Blair, The Truth About Cowboys by Lisa Renee Jones, Big Summer by Jennifer, is it Weiner? Ghosted by J.M. Darhauer, and then the last one is The Tourist Attraction by Sarah Morgenthaler. So that is my TBR cart. So that is it for the tour of my TBR bookshelf and my TBR cart. Let me know if you have read any of the books that I mentioned and what your thoughts are on them, or if there is any of the books that I should unhaul. Let me know that too. I'd be very curious to see if I should get rid of something. I feel like I should, but it's hard to let go. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, follow me on all my other social media, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!